Hi, this is Nathaniel from the BYU Software Training Lab. In this video, I'll be going over adding text in InDesign, along with some text wrap settings and features. I'll be using some of the InDesign Day 1 files from files.learnsoftware.org, so feel free to go to that site and download and use them if you want to follow along. There are a few different ways to add text in InDesign. The first is typing your own text. This is done via the Type tool, which is found on the toolbar on the left-hand side. It looks like a T, and the shortcut for the Type tool is also T on your keyboard. Once you have the Type tool selected, you can click and drag to create a text box, or you can click in a previously created frame to begin typing. I'll go ahead and add some text. Once you have typed your text, you can use the Type tool to highlight your text and then modify it. In the Properties window on the right-hand side, there are a few different sections. Under Appearance, you can change the color of your text. Under Character, you can change your font. Any font families downloaded to your computer should show up under this drop-down menu. There are a few other options here too. First, we have our font size. Next to that is leading, which adjusts the distance between lines of the text. Underneath leading is tracking, which adjusts the space between individual words. And to the left of tracking is kerning, which adjusts the space between individual letters. If you click the three dots underneath the paragraph section, you will see that you now have options to adjust left and right indents, first and last line indents, and space before and after paragraphs respectively. Underneath paragraph options are options for bulleted and numbered lists. You can select options here to pull up a window with more in-depth bulleting and numbering options. Now that we've gone over adding and editing our text, let's go over adding previously typed text. I'm going to go ahead and delete this text that I had right here, and we'll add some new text into this text box. In the InDesign Day 1 files, there is a folder entitled Text with a few different Word documents. You can directly place the text from these Word documents into an InDesign frame or text box. To do so, select the frame or text box in InDesign using your selection tool, then go to the File tab at the top left corner and select Place. You can also do this with the shortcut Control-D on a PC or Command-D on a Mac. We will select the Word document that we want to include, and then choose Open. The text will be placed directly into the frame. If the text doesn't all fit into the frame you selected, you might have to make the frame bigger using your selection tool, or have the text flow into another frame, which is something I'll go over in a later video. The last thing I'll be going over today is text wrap options. Let's go ahead and create a shape that we want to wrap our text around. We can do this with the rectangle tool, which is found just underneath the frame tool. The shortcut for the rectangle tool on our keyboard is M. You can also right-click on the rectangle shape tool in order to see other shapes nested underneath. Click and drag in order to create a rectangle, and let's change its fill color so that it is a solid shape. To add a text wrap to this shape, we'll need to open up the text wrap window. Go to Window at the very top of the screen, and then select Text Wrap. There are a few different text wrapping options. You can wrap it around the bounding box of the frame or around the object shape itself. We can now choose to add a text wrap and adjust how far from each side of the shape the text should be. These options are generally linked to start, so if we want to adjust the space of just one side, click the chain link box to unlink the four settings. As you increase the size of the text wrap, a light blue line will show up indicating how far the text can be from the object or image. That concludes my tutorial today on adding text in InDesign and using the text wrap feature. Thanks for watching.